A good question to ask yourself would be, if somebody walked into your showroom, what are the typical questions that they're asking of you when they come in the showroom? Because they're the questions that they're probably looking to your website and specifically search within your website to try and answer. So how do consumers use search today in their buying journey? So if you look at any of the research, consumers will typically start their buying journey. A good 40% or so, according to the Google research, won't even know the make, model, yet alone the derivative or the key features of that car. So consumers will typically go to many research sites to work out specific types of makes and models and vehicles which meet their particular lifestyle needs. And then from what we can see, customers will go around many different marketplaces, many different car dealer websites, many different manufacturer locators. They get a facet drop-down list, and at every point they're seeing the same information as every other user. So most journeys today, I'd sum them up as quite static and quite dumb in some ways. They're not really adaptive to that consumer. Why is that a problem? So it's serving consumers well. If you look at Amazon as the leaders in online retailing, I'm actually got it up on my machine at the moment, and I've just come here and I've just typed in for the first time big telly. And just before we come on, I've tried it with television set, and I get highly intuitive results. I get the same result, it doesn't matter how I say it. If you think of car buying consumers, they will all interpret and think of a vehicle in different ways. What's a family car to one person might not be a family car to another, etc, etc. And if you look at all of the different manufacturer jargon that's out there, we can see through common features like satellite navigation, different manufacturers refer to them with completely different terminology. So there's a lot of jargon out there which most consumers just don't understand. So going back to Amazon, I can put jargon in here and it helps me. It knows, it's intelligent. But everything I do on Amazon, I click on, I've just clicked on, going back to my big telly search, I've clicked on the second TV, which is a 50-inch JVC, and now it knows I'm probably most interested in 50-inch tellies, is my definition of big, and I like JVC as the brand. So when I refresh my search now, I'm seeing JVCs, it's intelligent, it knows, it learns about me. That's not commonplace today on most car dealer websites and marketplaces. That's where we need to get to, make it nice and easy and try and make that whole process of making a consumer find their car significantly easier than it is today. Why should dealers care, and why should dealers think that they need something a little bit like Amazon? I would say to your car dealer, most individual sites, unless you're a big group, have probably got around 50 to 60 vehicles. What happens today when a consumer comes to your site and they're searching for a specific type of vehicle using the drop-down lists and one doesn't appear? How do you help the consumer? How do you even know that there was demand for that particular car? What insight are you getting? What metrics are you getting? How do you know that you're stocking the right cars at the right price points for your consumers? Search can help you with that if you've got access to the data that consumers are actually interested in rather than what's available. But also as well, there's a wealth of insight in how customers search that you could be probably using more efficiently to tune audience to your website. So what do I mean by that? So for example, I was saying earlier, consumers will think of vehicles in different ways, and also we see it today, consumers can't spell. People who go to Amazon can't spell. Amazon deals with it. Do you know all of those different ways that consumers are finding your potential vehicles? Because you could probably be more cost effective with some of your digital marketing. We see it today, Qashqai is my favourite example. There's hundreds of ways consumers refer to a Qashqai. But even we see it, we see it for even common brands, customers can't spell. If you had access to that information, then what could you be doing around not only SEO, but probably more cost effective PPC campaigns? And that's why dealers should have an interest in this stuff. One piece of advice, I think my first question to a car dealer about his search strategy is, have you even got one? And I suspect the answer from most car dealers will be, well, I've got a website, haven't I? I'd say, yes, you've probably got a website, but the most commonly used area of that website is going to be search. Do you know, have you got any data? Have you got any insight on how that's being used? What is appearing in search? What is coming to the top of the results? What's coming to the bottom of the results? How do I know it's right? Are any of the media companies You know, what insights and so on are they sharing with me? A good question to ask yourself would be, if somebody walked into your showroom, what are the typical questions that they're asking of you when they come in the showroom? Because they're the questions that they're probably looking to your website and specifically search within your website to try and answer. So you as the car dealer will know those questions. Go to your website now and actually try as a consumer and see if it answers some of those key questions for you. I suspect it doesn't.